About 3 years in the making, and we've had to buy another van. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why.
We're Dan and Mitzi, and we've decided to move out of our apartment into a van with our 2 children, Jack and Zyra. We've explored a lot in rental vans and motorhomes over the past few years, and we've saved as much money as we can for our own. It's taken years of hard work, but we're finally starting our adventure.
It all started about 10 years ago, this whole idea, this whole adventure, when we essentially were traveling to Scotland every year, sometimes like twice a year. Typically we'd start by renting houses and we'd sort of stay up the west coast. Normally sort of like October, November time, and it's quite quiet and absolutely lovely. And then we started renting motorhomes, camper vans, and basically we're just up there every year, twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year actually. And it was absolutely amazing. And this sparked the idea of getting our own camper van. Quite warm. Should we go over there and can sit with Zai? Yeah. Well, I might be able to. Chilling on the beach. Well, it's not really much of a beach, is it? It's a Southampton beach, but it's nice, I guess. It's actually quite warm. The sun's coming out and it's actually lovely. Anyway, yes, onto the story. So about 3 years ago, we put a deposit down on the Hymer Grand Canyon, and it was the most exciting, scary thing that we ever did, really. Then the issue we had was it was just delay after delay. So the first big delay was COVID. When COVID came, it was a year plus delay just off the back of that. And ultimately it just kept missing deadlines. It was deadline after deadline that just kept getting missed, to the point we got to about, I'm not sure what it was, maybe 9 months ago, and I was just scouring Auto Trader for a second-hand Grand Canyon Hymer. And the reason we wanted the Hymer Grand Canyon was because it just fit what we wanted, you know, pop-top roof, bed in the back that folded up like a Murphy, I think they call like a Murphy bed style, and then I could build in my gaming setup alongside that. So that was why that one suited us quite nicely. And yeah, I was very close to putting a deposit down on or just straight up buying a second-hand Hymer Grand Canyon, which was more money than what we wanted to pay, but I was just sort of desperate to get out and go for it. Luckily someone bought it before me, and I just didn't have the option to buy it, and there was nothing else. So fast forward 2 months later, we thought about maybe building our own, which is a crazy concept, to be honest. And then we went out hunting for empty vans. So grab all these small ones, Zai.
Yeah, why?
Because remember when we go on walks, they're called cans because, or something like that. Can. I think they're called can. And people put basically stacks of rocks together.
Why?
And it helps people see which way to go. Yeah, so maybe come around here, and you can maybe build one. So you do it like this, look, and as high as you can.
Just if it falls.
That's it.
I'll leave it here because I don't want to. Then you go
So
around.
with the knowledge and the idea that we were gonna build our own camper van, we went hunting for vans. So we started looking at the standard Mercedes Sprinters that you see a lot of on social and just everywhere. It seemed to be a really good van, and I called maybe 5-6 different Mercedes dealers, and I couldn't find one that was suitable for what we wanted, and within sort of our price range. Then we went to Ford. I think the biggest decision I made was, since we're not buying like a kitted out van ready to go, camper van ready to go, we decided we wanted to get a 4x4. So the one we were getting was just a front wheel drive, but I would love to take Zara and Jack skiing. Mitzi we can try. It's gonna be funny, but get us all skiing, head up to Scotland and get off some beaten tracks. And for that, we're definitely going to need a 4x4. So we started hunting for 4x4s, and that was why finding a Mercedes was a tough one. There just wasn't any 4x4 Mercedes around. Then we started looking into Ford, so we drove down to Portsmouth, went to a few dealers, couldn't find. I don't think they did. I don't think Ford do 4x4 vans. which then left us with VW. And I have rented a lot from VW in VW Breeze in Portsmouth, and they had vans. They actually had vans. Now, they didn't have the one we specifically wanted, which was the 4x4. I wanted to get that 4x4, and they looked and we looked and we looked for a good couple of weeks, and there was just nothing coming up. So we made the sort of tough decision, which it's been exciting, but also, you know, tough on the bank, to be honest. We decided to buy new, so we bought a brand new 4motion VW Crafter, which is what we're going to convert into the camper van. So the only reason we've really been able to afford this, because it, as I was saying, it was some of the other vans are out of our price range. The only reason we've been able to afford this is because I've just saved. We've saved. Mitzi saved. I've saved. We don't really go out much. We're kind of boring. I get told I'm boring a lot. Yeah, Mitzi's nodding behind the camera. We're very boring. I just sit at home and I game. So yeah, we've just been saving, and we decided to spend our savings on this. Of course, we have to build it out as well, and that's going to be an additional cost. But that's how we've managed to do this with the van that we're going for. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, who've been talking to about this. A lot of people have been asking me, why are you going into a van? You know, you've said that a one-bedroom apartment's not big enough for you all. You're downsizing into a van, you idiot.
And I've been trying to get this rock, but I can't.
It's quite a big rock, yeah.
But
You're going to have to dig it out, I think. I don't think you can do it. Maybe try the smaller one next to it.
Oh, look.
That'll do. Yeah, lovely. What are you going to do with it? Just digging it out. So one of the big reasons for moving out, I'd say cost, but it's not necessarily cost, but I'd love to explore more. I'd love to see more, and you know, we don't have a car, I don't have a parking space, so to pay for parking in the city in Southampton is very expensive. To get a car costs quite a bit of money, or to rent a car. I used to do a lot of renting. Renting costs a lot of money now. It's tripled in price from when we did it a couple of years ago. So we just haven't been doing much. So one good reason to get out and about and go for the camper van and try van life is so we can be out and about at the time. This is a terrible little beach. It's filthy, but she's having fun. And I think that's one of the greatest things for me is, you know, getting her out and about. I think living in the city is one way of living, but we want to try and get her out to the forest, to the beaches and see things. Sorry, mate? It's perfect little beach, yeah. Small and it's your own, like no one's here.
But then
Just a few
canoers.
crabs maybe, and canoers, yeah.
But they have beautiful rocks. Look.
They are pretty quirky. So one of the reasons is to get out and about more, see places. We homeschool Zyra. We're going to homeschool Jack. And we want to just give them some experiences. And if they don't like this life, then we can change it later on. But for now, that's one of the reasons. The second big reason is actually living costs. Now, I don't expect van life to be much cheaper, if cheaper at all. But we have to try it because one of the biggest costs we have at the moment, so we have a one-bedroom apartment. We never put the heating on. You know, we're quite conservative, like what we do. I'm always like, turn the bloody lights off. They're like, what are you doing? So I'm always like really conscious about electric, but our bill is still £230, £250 a month, which is, you know, I know everyone's dealing with it, but it's crazy. And then the one of the biggest costs for us at the moment is our service charge. So when we first moved into our apartment, it was £700 a year, which is completely doable. That includes like the window cleaner on the outside because we're up high, the maintenance of the grounds, all that sort of stuff. But it's now $4.5, nearly £5,000 a year. You know, and we're getting letters, if you don't pay this, you're going to get evicted, your mortgage will be taken away, all this stuff. It's really tough. So one of the big reasons is it's just been a really bad experience for the longest time, and it costs an absolute fortune to just live in the house and not do anything. So what we're sort of thinking is if we can pay slightly less or a similar cost but be out doing things, I can use the van for work, we can use the van for Mitzi's work, and yeah, the idea is to just do more and hopefully cost less. So that's one of the biggest, well, that is the reasons why we're going to give this a go. Everyone thinks we're mad, but we're going to go for it and we're going to see how we get on. We're going to go for a walk around Ocean Village, and I'm going to tell you about what the plan is moving forward with this VW. Okay, so what's the plan moving forward? How are we going to do and kit out this van? So after lots of planning and trying to figure things out, there's sort of a step-by-step stage that's kind of going to be happening. So the first thing that's happening to the van is it's getting wrapped. So it's going from the white to a matte grey, matte black colour. Once the wrap's done, it's then moving down to, I think it's happening in Bournemouth, where we're getting a pop-top roof put in. So something similar that you'd see on a VW California, where we'll have the bed in the roof. So basically cutting a hole in the roof and putting a bed in it, which is fucking terrifying. Once that's done, assuming all goes to plan, it's heading over, I think, to Kent or Essex. I'm not sure exactly where we're getting a roof rack put on that will then hold the solar panels and hopefully some boxes. So there'll be, I think the plan is to have two parts of the roof rack, one on the front, one on the back, so basically one on the pop top and one sort of more heavy duty on the back, and then again some space on the back door where we maybe put some boxes or some water or something like that. And once that's done, hopefully the van on the exterior will be ready to go. It'll still be an empty van on the inside, and then it's going to get completely kitted out. So I've been working hard with Tobias from Van House to figure out what we're going to do inside the van. So we still need to have some more meetings and discuss things and see what I can do, what I can film, what I can't film, and just figure it out. So first step is getting the external done. I'm going to try my best to show you guys the journey on this, what's going on. Zai's cleaning the railings. Nice and clean, Zai. And then just lots more research. So the plan is to try and upload a video maybe every Sunday and keep going for the rest of this year. So assuming everything goes well with the van, we should be in the van around July, August time. And then the plan is, assuming everything goes to plan, we'll head up to Scotland and give this van a proper test in some winter conditions next winter. I don't know why I'm saying that here. I'm freezing. It's freezing, but it's not like freezing compared to being snow. Are you cold? No, she's all right. Okay, so not bad. So that's the plan. Hopefully you guys are interested. I hope you follow along. If you are keen, hit like and subscribe. This channel is going to turn into our van life channel, and we'll see you on the next video.